go again.
No more turtle for you.
Hell.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Buff. He needs that buff. If you're an MM in the late game. Hello everyone. Welcome back to a new video. It is the 10th episode of the Coming from the Bottom series, and for the 10th episode, we're going to use a newly bought hero for my new account. Or basically my Smurf account, the I am down Don account. So I had 32,000 battle points about 2 days ago, and I thought about buying a new hero. And this hero, I've thought about buying him for like such a long time already, and this hero is Hardy. I've seen his power before, so I think I should buy him right now. Well anyways, let's just go on with the first game.
Welcome to Mobile Legends!
For the first game, of course I became the jungler of the team. Of course, as in Harley, you can be the mid or the jungler, but I chose to be the jungler because I think Harley fits more to be the jungler of the team. He just relies so much on his mana to the point that he needs his blue. Though not as much as other heroes, I just think he really needs the blue for him to be at least effective in the early game. Our team had a decent composition. We have a tank who could also deal damage with Edith, we had a good setter with Badang, we had 2 good late game monsters with Layla and Mia, and we have a pretty good jungler in Harley. The enemy had also a very decent jungler, actually one of the metas in the past, Karina. They also have 2 late game monsters I think, or maybe 4 late game monsters if you would count Hanabi and Nana, with the long Moscow of Hanabi and Nana, like I said earlier. Well, without further ado, I will not spoil anything anymore, let's just go on with the video.
Here's Johnny.
An enemy has been slain! Standing before you is the greatest magician in the world! Huh. Every day is a fun day here at Magic Academy. An ally has slain the turtle!
Wow! Incredible! Wow! Incredible!
Oh shit. Here we go again.
No more turtle for you.
Hell.
Huh?
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Mega kill! I swear, you Our turret is ally has slain the turtle! Very annoying. Pick a card, any card.
Jotaro! Deal! Huh?
Harley in the past for me was just pretty weak. Last time I just did not know how his combos were done. I really thought that you had to use your first skill first and then the ulti, which is very wrong. So the combo for him is ulti then first skill. Yes, Zilong, we have fulfilled your wish and now we have ended the game. By the way, if you haven't noticed yet, we are already at the Grandmaster Elo, which means things are about to get harder. I did just say that, but this next game probably is not as hard as the last game. It will be more fun and more memes. So, let's proceed to the next game. And would you look at that? We got another Karina. Of course, for this game, I'll just use the same logic I do for jungling. I just start with the opposite of the turtle lane, which is the blue buff, take the blue buff, and then after that, I'll go to the turtle lane, get the red buff, get the other creeps to get more experience and more gold, and then I will support the turtle lane until the turtle actually pops up. If you look at the map, you can see the Karina and the Zilong fighting. Now as the jungler, please do not think this as a useless fighting. Because help the Zilong at least. Help him. Because if you at least kill the jungler, you would be able to have a big advantage over their enemy jungler and you could even get the turtle for free. So please help your teammates whenever they are in trouble or they're in a fight. Because as a jungler in the early game, you are good. So better help them than not.
Is like wings to a bird.
As a Harley, whenever you are in danger, remember to utilize your second skill to escape. Sometimes you could use your second skill to go closer to the enemy to be able to use your ultimate and first skill combo. But like, I usually use it or utilize it to escape from any dangers. Like how that Karina could have easily killed me because I was in low health. Though I could have probably killed that Karina in turn because the Karina was low health, that would not be a good trade because I was in a pretty big advantage by almost lowering the Karina's health and getting one of her small creeps. Just remember that in Mobile Legends, whenever you're jungling, whenever you're a side lane or even in the mid lane, you just have to remember that efficiency is key. Please, if you're Grandmaster in a lower rank, and if you're still doing this in the Epic rank or Legend rank, mostly if in the Mythic rank, please stop. Do not try and help your junglers if they're like level 4, level 5, or level 6. They can take that on your own. If you're a roamer, you're fine. And also, do not try and steal your jungler's buff. He needs that buff. If you're an MM in the late game, yes, that's fine. Take the red buff or even the purple buff. It's fine. But as the jungler in the early game, please do not try and help them take the buff or try to take their buff, which is much worse. Remember, you have to pay attention to the pinging. If your jungler is saying initiate retreat, get out of the way of the jungler or just retreat because an enemy is probably coming for you. And then if the jungler is saying request backup, please back up the jungler. You never know, maybe the blue buff is getting invaded, maybe the jungler himself or herself is getting invaded. You never know. Just try and follow the pings of the jungler because he's the one who could control the game for you. As the jungler, if you have the chance to gank, gank. Mostly if it's the gold lane or even if it's the XP lane and the MM is there and then another MM of the enemy is there, gank. You have to gank and then get some of the enemy's lives because that will not only give some benefits to your laner but it will also give benefits to yourself. If you see at least like a small creep over there alive from the enemy side, at least take it because at least it gives a little bit of a delay in the jungle of the enemy and at the same time, it gives you a bit more XP and gold which could at least benefit you a little bit. Also, do not jungle all the time. I know there may be creeps out there, but do not jungle all the time. It's fine if you could clear a lane. If the lane is empty and nobody is in there and you have the chance to push the lane, push it because taking down turret is one of the objectives of the game. And remember as the jungle, kills and creeps, your level, your XP, that is not your number one priority. Do you know what's your number one priority? Is the objectives. Get objectives. Do not just level up and kill. Get the objectives.
Fun day here at Magic Academy. Burn! You have slain an enemy. Double kill.
As you saw there, I waited a little bit to attack the Hanabi with my first skill because I had to adjust it. The enemy could just easily dodge your first skill. So what you have to do before actually using your first skill is you have to aim it perfectly to the enemy to where it could easily hit them and at the same time, they wouldn't be able to dodge it much. Though you're out of luck when you're against people like Harith because they just dodge so much of your first skill. They could just easily dodge it and you will just get almost no damage against them. So you're out of luck if you're against those heroes. But I was against a Hanabi. Hanabi doesn't have a dash skill. When your jungle really needs a buff, for example, the purple buff or the red buff, let's just take an example for now. Imagine I was another jungler which needs a red buff, maybe like Leo Mord. And then this Zilong was just trying to take my buff. Alright, this red buff. If I were to see how a Zilong could easily take my buff right now, I would be forced to use my retribution. And that's a problem. I do not want to waste my retribution. I could have used that retribution on trying to kill the enemy, slow down the enemy, or I could even done that or used it to steal the Lord or the turtle. So just please do not make your jungler lose your retribution just because of your stupid ass trying to take the buff of your own jungler. Please just do not try and annoy the jungler. Though if your teammates did steal your buff, it is still no problem. You could just try and invade the enemy jungle, which is much more difficult because the enemy could have already probably taken it.
Seeing is not necessarily believing. Legendary! Double kill!
This was a pretty big mistake on mine. I had a little bit of narrow vision because I knew that Layla and Mia were together, but for some reason, I didn't assume that the Mia was gone while I killed the Layla. Because even I was confused, like why was the Layla only there? And I also thought that the Mia should have gone somewhere, but for some reason I did not expect the Mia to be there by the red buff. And because of that, I got killed. Which is fine because it's the late game either way. I do have a lot of my items, but it's also not fine because I gave the enemy a lot of gold. And it's a freaking Mia who is very late game reliant. This was officially my time to get revenge on that stupid Mia.
Could never predict my moves. You have slain an enemy. Burn, burn. Double kill.
I honestly hate that Zilong for doing that, but hey, the Zilong is doing the right thing. You know, as a Zilong, you really have to go for the person who has the most highest gold, the person with the highest bounty, so that you could also get much more gold and also get fatter yourself. So it's a pretty good decision by Zilong, not just liked by me.
Our turret is under attack. Ally has slain more. Card. Our turret has been destroyed. Burn, burn. You have slain an enemy. I swear, you've never seen magic like this. It's a fun day here at Magic Attack. An enemy has been slain. You destroyed the turret. Your team destroyed the turret. Killing spree. Enemy double kill. Shut down. Burn, burn. Double kill.
Huh?
This should be just common knowledge already, but if someone used Winter Truncheon, do not let them get away, mostly if they have low health.
Burn, burn. Crybabies are annoying. Those idiots can never predict. Turret is under attack. Huh. What could be more fun than magic? Burn, burn. Unstoppable. Burn, burn. Monster kill. Huh. Ha. We don't need to go soft on that guy. Destroy the turret. Has been slain. Crybabies are annoying. I know. Shut down.
I am actually very sorry for leaving that Layla because I think I could have probably survived that Karina trying to attack me because I do have a Winter Truncheon and I think I still had my second skill active and I even have low cooldown for my skills, so I think there should have been no problem. That was just me being such a pussy. And that's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching the 10th episode of the Coming From The Bottom series. This is the 10th episode and I'm really shocked because I have gone this far throughout this series. Tomorrow will be another episode of the Coming From The Bottom series, the 11th episode, starring a different hero. Of course, I do not know yet because I haven't recorded yet. But anyways, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the bell button down below for more notifications for upcoming videos. And that's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching.